So I want to start by saying I'm going to discuss a topic in this video that is very uncomfortable for myself and for most people, but I ask that you give me a few minutes of your time and stick with it till the end and pass this information on. So let me start by telling a story. 2012, 2013, I'd been home from Afghanistan for about a year at that point. I was battling depression and anxiety, existing conditions heightened by deployment, and it put me in a bad spot. But I thought I could handle it, and for some time I did. The problem is it was a very slippery slope, and before I knew any different, it was out of my control. It was an evening in the summer, and I was just going through some things in the night. I don't know what it was, I don't particularly remember, but what happened, the result of those thoughts, was that I picked up a revolver. 6 steps later down the stairs, I put that revolver to my head and I pulled the trigger. Like that. The hammer struck steel. That sound was both liberating and extremely fear-inducing. I didn't think I would hear that noise. I have no idea why that chamber was empty, but it was, and it really brought everything into perspective very quickly. What I realized was that the 6 to 8 seconds leading up to that, I had zero control. Zero on what I was doing. And that was extremely terrifying. I've never told that story to my family. I've told it to a few select friends to kind of help me through some situations since then. But what I learned is that I told that story to an individual that I had met a few months ago, and he called me last night, and he was in a bad spot. And I talked him down from the ledge, but come to find out, the reason that he felt comfortable with contacting me was because of that story, because the connection we had through that story. And that is really what triggered this video, because earlier this month I lost a friend to suicide. Early 50s, solid dude, retired military, always smiling, didn't seem to ever have a care in the world. But there was obviously something going on inside of him that he could not control. And maybe had I told him that story, he would have been able to reach out. I don't know if that's the case, but I want to put that information out to anybody that is maybe contemplating something like that. There is a suicide hotline, a national hotline. The number I will put in the bottom of this video. If you're a veteran, there is a resource, and I keep it here in my wallet for times where maybe I think I need to speak to somebody. And a lot of times for me, I don't want to speak to friends. Strangers are kind of that outlet. It's the Veterans Crisis Line. It's 1-800-273-8255. Option 1, press 1. But if it will focus, I just ask that if you're feeling troubled, reach out to somebody. Because if you don't, there may be a time where it's too late and you're so far down that slope that you can't gain traction. And from experience, that's an extremely terrifying situation, and I lucked out. So just please reach out, friends, family, be there for the people around you. It's simple to put a number up on Facebook and say share with 10 people, but you need to mean it. You need to be there when that person needs to talk. And actually, it's important that if you see signs of suicidal tendencies, that you ask the person, be direct. Hey, are you contemplating suicide? Trigger them to step out of that mindset and to talk to you. So thank you for your time. Like I said, I ask that you share this information and just keep fighting.